on those shows. They've all worked incredibly hard to earn their spots and keep their spots. And I feel like if I just kind of showed up and said, hey guys, I'm back, so one of you are going to have to, I just don't want to be that guy. So I feel like when there's an opportunity again, when there's a chance, sure, I'd love to be back if you guys can have me. But right now I feel like AEW has got a good thing going. I don't think they need me.
Figure Forest, you heard it for yourself. He said that they got a good thing going. Every time we watch them on our TVs, we see empty seats. So I don't know what good thing he talking about, but check out the intro. When we come right back, we gonna dig deeper into this right here, guys. Could this be the next Cody move? AEW, man, they losing life. So recently, like we showed in the intro, Kenny Omega, he sat down with Sean Rossap over at Fightful, guys. And he revealed that he's aimed to be healthy enough to compete at the Wrestle Dynasty crossover show on January 5th at Tokyo Dome. The decision, he explained, is a heartfelt nod to New Japan Pro Wrestling, a company he believed played a crucial role in launching his career on a global stage. And he quotes, "The way I look at it is, a lot of people, not only in Japan, but internationally, they never knew who I was until I did big things in New Japan. So I really owe New Japan a gigantic thank you." And he's right. And this is why when they was overhyping this man, I always stood my ground and I said, but he got to transfer over to the American style of wrestling because, yeah, he's great in New Japan, but how is that going to translate over in the American style of wrestling? And just like Shinsuke Nakamura, as we see, it ain't travel over very well. It ain't travel over very well. Could this, guys, be the next Cody Rhodes move? Now think about it. These guys are losing steam. Why would Kenny Omega, a person who helped build AEW, just want to go to New Japan, just want to leave? Bruh, your company, AEW, they need you, sir. They need you more than ever now, bro. Yes, this week, they won the ratings war with NXT. Mind you, NXT is a developmental brand, and you guys, your main show, Dynamite, get kicked around every single week. They need you, Kenny Omega. Everybody waiting for you to return. You as the face, MJF as the heel, and then you build your company around. You sound like you don't have faith. You don't sound like you have enough faith in your company, in the thing that you built. Did you really build it, Kenny Omega? Because truth be told, we all know things ain't been right over there since Cody Rhodes left. So now we starting to see the truth. Now we starting to see who really built AEW. Because why would you just leave your pet? You're like, we know why Cody left. Cody left because y'all wasn't giving him enough recognition, on top of the fact Cody said that he was not going to win the AEW title. That was dumb of Cody. But now, Kenny, what's your excuse? We have not even got the cleaner. It's been about 4 or 5 years since AEW been around, and we have been longing for the cleaner character, and we haven't even got the cleaner. You gave us some fake Triple H looking character. You went back to the old mustache and beard connecting Triple H character. But where is the cleaner at? We want the cleaner. You gonna go to New Japan, risk getting hurt again. Guys, I think he's gonna go to New Japan and then end up in WWE. Do not be surprised if Kenny Omega walk through WWE doors. Now I got to put his name in the surprise Royal Rumble entry. 2024 Royal Rumble entry. Yes, I do. I got to put his name in the hat because we all know that WWE is used to this the sticulitis diagnosis that he's diagnosed with. They had that in Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar went on to dominate. So we know that WWE is trained to deal with men with that condition, superstars with that condition. So don't be surprised if, like I told you guys, Kenny Omega just mosey on into WWE doors. Because then, and only then, will Kenny Omega really be this superstar that we peg him to be in the IWC. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the man is not talented. I'm not saying the man ain't nice. But what I am saying is that WWE is still top of the line. And WWE is the only company, pro wrestling company, that'll get you to where you need to be. Ask Cody Rhodes. Call Cody and ask Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes would never have been in the position he's in now had he stayed in AEW. Guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Y'all let me know. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about Kenny Omega deciding to go to New Japan, calling New Japan his home before the home he built at AEW. Amazing. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later.
Again. So I feel like something on the inside is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's matching what the person on the outside is doing. So I do feel that it's great that by putting the work in, that I'm seeing results on the outside as well. And I'm feeling it too. I'll still have days when, if I train too hard for the week, I might get a day where I wake up with some pain, or I'll wake up feeling like, geez, I can't do anything. And I just listen to myself. I listen to my body at that point, and I think, I'm not going to go against the grain. I'm not going to risk anything. I'm just going to take it easy. And when I do feel like I kick out of this, then I'll get back to it. Then I'll start working hard again. Then I'll start making those steps again to making the comeback. And so far, you get the odd day in here and there when you can't do what you want to do. But I still feel like I'm making progress, and I still feel like it's not too unrealistic to hope for the January 5th comeback.
Naturally, in my line of work, you are a big topic of question and conversation. When's he coming back? All that. And when I would ask people within AEW or even New Japan, they would say, well, there's being in shape, there's being in wrestling shape, and there's being in Kenny Omega wrestling shape. And a number of people would talk about how seriously you take that because of the style that you have long worked.
Yeah.
How much of an uphill battle has that been, considering how much you put into it and maybe sort of the hurdles and restrictions that you faced along the way?
It's tough because I did used to pride myself over the type of in-ring conditioning that I would have. And there would be circumstances where I may be in the ring with someone who's at the top of their sport of choice, someone who is perhaps an Olympic athlete, or someone who was an international star of some kind in some sport. And I'd feel the pressure, I'd feel the pride of being somebody who is regarded as one of the better in-ring shaped athletes. And no, nothing would intimidate me. And I would feel like it's their job to keep up with me. And now I sort of feel like a page is turned, and I feel the pressure. And the question is now, can I keep up with them? So the shoe is certainly on the other foot. But I do appreciate a good challenge. Am I going to come out of the gate being the Kenny Omega of old? I don't know. It's tough to even know. There's all the preparation in the world that you can do, but nothing will ever completely duplicate how it feels to be in a ring. Even sparring, doing practice matches, it's still not quite how it would work out on the day of a show in a big arena, on live TV or pay-per-view or whatever, with the lights on, the crowd in front of you, and with the pressure of having to perform. So, how's it going to look when January 5th rolls around? If that becomes a thing, I don't know. I would like to take baby steps into that role again, and I think that's sort of why I'm happy that it worked out that in the way that it did with New Japan, is that they were willing to facilitate a return for me. And I kind of told them I was a little leery about how I was feeling. You know, I wasn't sure how it would look, and I wasn't sure if I could give them the kind of Kenny Omega Tokyo Dome performance that maybe they were looking for. But they weren't looking for that. They're just happy to house my return. And I guess that's why I couldn't really list an opponent. Number one, I don't know if I can do it. Something may turn up, you know, a couple weeks out, which would put me out of doing the match. And I wouldn't want it to look like false advertising or anything like. And not only that, but I mean, there's an entry level opponent, you know, where it would look more like an exhibition, and then there's, you know, another tier of opponent, and then there's a tier above that, and a tier above that, and a tier above that. And I really kind of wanted to leave it to how I felt. But as of right now, certainly I probably feel good enough to attempt one of those.
So that leads to a natural question that I actually even asked Rocky Romero about last week. A lot of people said, your return, why New Japan? Why not AEW? And I mean, obviously people expect you back in AEW at some point, but what went into that decision? And Rocky had said, well, it's very nice for relationships between AEW and New Japan. I'll tell you that much. But where did you land on that? Because obviously New Japan is very near and dear to your heart.
Yeah. The way I look at it is a lot of people, not only in Japan, but internationally, they never knew who I was until I did big things in New Japan. So I really do owe New Japan a gigantic thank you. And I do feel that there's a debt I have to repay in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I think that if by performing at the Tokyo Dome, by making my comeback at the Tokyo Dome, is a way to help repay that, if it can help something for their business, then I'm more than happy to do that. And, you know, I'm sure naturally the next question is, well, why not AEW first? That is the company that I helped create. That is the company that I'm contracted to. It makes sense. It's tough to answer because, you know, why not AEW? There's nothing wrong with AEW at all. There's no, it's, I mean, if you watch any of the episodes of our TV recently, there's just, everything is flowing like clockwork right now. I feel like there's a spot for all of the hardworking men and women that are on those shows. They've all worked incredibly hard to earn their spots and keep their spots. And I feel like if I just kind of showed up and said, hey guys, I'm back, so one of you are going to have to, you know, kind of, you know, I don't want to be that guy. So I feel like when there's an opportunity again, when there's a chance, sure, I'd love to be back if you guys can have me. But right now I feel like AEW has got a good thing going. I don't think they need me. I think they need me. So I will, I'll make my return for New Japan instead, for now.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.